Peace, unity, and love. It's your boy Kushy C, coming to you live from the West Side. If you're a fan of the West Coast movement, artists like Snoop, Kendrick, Nipsey, then I got something special just for you. 3 of my best songs to date for free. All you gotta do, hit the link below. Any information, songs coming to you in the instant. Don't forget to leave a little feedback too. Let me know how you feel. Let's.
What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Sports Court Podcast. This is Dhane Diesil alongside
Kushy C.
Yeah, whatever. And I want to welcome y'all in. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Let's dive in and talk about some sports. First up, NFL playoffs. Today we saw the Chicago Bears exit on a doink off the upright, and we also saw
one job.
And we also saw just the Chargers just demolish the Ravens. And
they didn't demolish them. They beat them by 1 touchdown.
They demolished them. I mean, of course, the first 3 quarters, they demolished them.
That's why we play 4 quarters of football, not 3.
The first 3 quarters, they demolished them.
How long is
Jackson couldn't do anything.
How long is a football game?
Couldn't do anything.
How long is a football game?
It's 4 quarters.
Okay, just checking.
But as we all know, when you up 24-3,
I was just checking, bro.
You kind of, put the rotation players in, and from there, it is what it is.
All right.
And we
Not
saw
in the playoffs.
We saw the Cowboys get a W. Finally.
Ooh.
And who else won yesterday? Oh yeah, we saw the Colts once again demolish the Texans. So it was a pretty interesting weekend.
About to go get demolished.
In the world of football, we got our matchups now for the second round. In the AFC, we go have
big dogs at the top.
The Chefs. They'll be going up against
gotta be disrespectful.
The Colts.
Why be disrespectful?
We got
the Kansas City Chiefs, number 1 seed. Kansas City Chiefs.
Don't worry.
Going against the Colts.
The Raiders will be there soon. We also got in the AFC the Chargers traveling back east to New England, and then in the NFC we got the Eagles going to New Orleans.
No, we got the Eagles going to the Rams. No, we got Eagles going to New Orleans and Cowboys versus the Rams.
You're right. So let's just first talk about this week, though, real quick. Let's get a little commentary in. But going back to that Bears game, I definitely posed the question, is it the kicker's fault? Because I'm just interested in finding out what other people feel about the situation. Of course, I have my own personal opinion.
So let's start with your opinion then.
No.
You posed the question, so why not start with your opinion?
No, I don't think it's the kicker's fault.
Why is it not the kicker's fault? Who would you put the blame on, not the kicker?
As you just so eloquently put it, how many quarters of football is it?
4.
4 quarters of football. Albeit, quarterbacks go in to throw touchdown passes and first downs. Running backs go in to get first downs and move the chains.
Fact.
Tight ends go in to get good blocks set and catch balls as well for touchdowns and first downs.
That's
and
a
kickers
fact.
go in to
That's
kick
a fact.
field goals and make field goals.
One job.
Everybody
else you name has multiple responsibilities. The kicker has one job. So don't tell me about nobody else's business. The kicker has one job.
Everybody on the field has a job.
The defense, along with the offense, put the kicker in position to win the game.
No.
Do one job.
No.
Just one.
No.
All we need you to do is make this field goal.
At the end of the day,
we put you in your range.
We play 4 quarters of football, and it is what it is.
Ice, baby.
Unfortunately, he hit the first one, but he got ice.
Ice, baby.
And it really got to him. And he missed it. Whether it was the last 5 seconds of the game or the last 5 seconds of the second half, he missed it.
And then they pulled up the footage of his history.
That's just the way I see it.
They pulled up the footage of his history.
He has had a history of doinking him.
Just
like multiple times.
Multiple
times per game.
Just did it last week. Like, hey, man, it was the kicker's fault. 100%.
It wasn't the kicker's fault.
100%.
But shouts out to Chicago. Had a great season. I was glad to see the Mac attack, wreck some shop like a bull in the China house, as they would say. Trubisky definitely showed some light. So football, I don't know, for
Trubisky
some reason
looked good.
For some reason today, I just was talking to myself, and I kind of came to the conclusion, football's good when the Chicago's doing well. I don't know why I felt that.
What?
I just felt like when the Chicago Bears, just the story. Oh, that nigga traveled. It just the storied history. All the history of the Soldier Field in and of itself. It's a memorial to all the fallen. So it's just a lot of history behind the Bears. They one of the legacy franchises in the NFL, one of the first of the first. So, like I said, it's always good.
They're out of here
To see the Bears do well,
on Soldier
and they
Field.
did
Get them out of here
today on Soldier Field. But let's go.
2019. We ain't talking about no teams that aren't active anymore.
Let's go south. And to the state of Texas though, real quick. I don't know, man. Obviously we got some relatives. That's Cowboy fans from back in the day. And so the Cowboys have always been around, always been a point of a topic of conversation. So it's always interesting just to see what these guys got going on. And they won a playoff game, man.
Finally,
they won a playoff game. Finally
Football
gets advanced to round 2. They're coming to LA to face the Rams, who have been one of the better teams all season.
I think they got a chance, man.
Hey,
I think they really got a chance.
Something tells me that Goff and Gurley, Woods, Cooks,
they just haven't looked right since they lost Kupp, man.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp was a big loss. But, they got some players that's going to definitely step up and make it do what it do. The defense is going to be real disruptive. Is Dak going to be able to handle just Donald and Sue just wrecking shop up the middle? He going to have to get the ball out of there, Fowler off the edge. So, you got the Rams, like you said, on all levels, they stacked.
That's a fact.
On defense. On offense, they stacked on all levels. They decent, I should say. The record speaks for like Bill Parcells said, your record, you are what you say is what your record says you are. And the record says the Rams is a force to be reckoned with. So we go see what these Cowboys got for them.
I wouldn't put my money on the Cowboys, but I'm just saying they got a chance, man. They got a chance.
If they win, more power to them. Just because I live in LA, I'm going to go for the hometown team. Go Raiders, we'll be back in the mix soon.
This dude got an AFC team, NFC team.
We'll be back in the mix soon. Man, all in all,
doormat to the AFC West.
All in all,
like I said, 2019, we're not talking about no teams that are not active. So stop saying Raiders, bro.
Raiders just making it do what it do, man.
Please.
So we got something for y'all next season. The Raiders is on the rise.
Raiders ain't got nothing for nobody, man.
All I can say is we ain't got nowhere to go but up.
That's a fact, because y'all are at the bottom. Doormats, like I just said.
Nowhere to go but up.
Anyways.
But, moving along, we'll see what the Cowboys got going. But I was surprised, Russell Westbrook, not Russell Westbrook, but Russell Wilson, he has
Get right, Allen Hurns, man. Got to shout him out,
yeah,
man.
big shouts out, yeah.
Get
Hurns,
right, Allen Hurns.
Get well soon, man.
Never want to see that.
But I felt that Russell Wilson had him in there, man. The defense was playing pretty good, too. It was just a couple of plays they just obviously wasn't able to contain him. But all in all, Seattle didn't look like they was there to lose. I'll say that. Right. They had him on the ropes for I want to say for a little bit, but Dallas was able. Usually in those kind of situations, though, the Cowboys usually don't pull it through. You feel me? But finally, they made it do what it do. So hopefully they can keep it up. Honestly, it'd be good for football if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, only because they just have been promised one for the last 20 plus years.
Sad.
Every year they're supposed to win it.
Sad.
According
to their fans.
Yeah, according to their owner and their fans.
Every year.
So hopefully they can make it do what it do. We shall see.
They got a chance, man. Like I said, they got a chance.
So what you think the Eagles got for them Saints?
Will the Foles magic continue, man? I think the bigger question is, like, All I've been hearing about is like this Wentz Foles controversy. Like, you know what I mean? That's the talk of the town right now.
I didn't know that there was one.
I mean, you just gonna let Foles go next year? What if he get them back to the Super Bowl again? What if they win another Super Bowl?
He's gonna be the backup.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how he's chilled this season on the bench.
He's staying in his lane, bro.
Nah, if Foles is leaving and going and be a starter next year.
He should just stay.
Why?
He'll get paid to sit on the sidelines to win Super Bowls.
I don't even think they can afford him next year.
I mean, he's a backup, though.
He's a Super Bowl MVP.
I mean, obviously, he's a backup.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl MVP. No, he's not. He's a Super Bowl MVP.
If
he wants some bread, he's not about to be a backup. He don't want to get paid like a backup.
He
might, if he could chill and be on the backup and still get paid like a, you know what I mean? Yeah, he'll do that. But nah, he knows bread out there for him to get.
Let's find out what Foles is.
Half the teams in the league need a quarterback right now. He ain't about to sit on the bench.
Let's find out what Mr. Foles is doing on the contract side of
teams
things.
was down to their fourth, third string quarterback.
He's currently on a 2-year, $11 million deal.
Mm-hmm. Which ends this year, right? Pretty sure it ends this year.
Looks like he may have already signed something for the future, for the foreseeable future. Well, it looks like they say he got $20 million in the books for next year. We shall see.
Oh, he signed the $20 million extension.
Well, I'm just saying next season they got him making $20 million. So
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I chill for $20 million. I sell the bitch for $20 million. Carson Wentz gonna get hurt again anyway.
And it says his 2019 salary fully guaranteed on 3/18/2019. So by March we go find. By March we'll know the fate of Nick Foles by March 18th of this year. But you know what I'm saying. Personally, yeah, he should just probably stay. And just he's succeeded as a backup. I mean that's like he's.
Money rules the world, man. Y'all get that.
He about to get 20. He about to get $20 million guaranteed to back up Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz is still on the cheap. Like I said, he was with the Eagles. Then he went to the Rams. Then he went to the Chefs.
Come on, man.
And then be back to the Eagles.
Watch your mouth, man.
Who?
Don't disrespect them big boys.
Hey, man.
Don't disrespect the big boys.
I can't address my rivals in any other way.
I can dig it.
But nevertheless.
So them Texans, man, Deshaun didn't look too good, man.
You know, I feel Deshaun is the future of the NFL quarterback. He's a prototype, I should say. And it's just about him. Obviously, just getting. I think for Deshaun, it's just about getting the reps, getting the experience. So this loss was good for him because now he knows what it's going to take to win the playoff game. We saw his magic last year before he had the injury. He came back, had a phenomenal season. So he has the it factor for NFL quarterbacks.
True,
he has it. And he just got to keep his weapons healthy, and we see what happens next season. But looks like the future looks real bright for the Texans. Unfortunately, season's over, and Captain Andrew Luck is headed to Kansas City, Missouri, Show Me State, and he got something to show.
He got something to show. He better come with it.
He been coming with it.
He better come with it.
He been coming with it.
We've been patiently waiting.
He been coming with it. So I mean, if those guys that play at Arrowhead are anything ready, then hopefully they we shall see. They get a W. Playoffs still roll through them. If not, then we probably
if not, we don't need to hear the next option. Go on to the next subject, man. We don't need to hear that.
Probably gonna be headed through either San Diego or Foxborough for the AFC Championship.
Not gonna be headed to Foxborough.
Hey man, we shall see.
Predictions.
I got the Chiefs over the Colts.
Smart man.
I got the Chargers over the Patriots. I got the Saints over the Eagles. And I got the Rams over the Cowboys.
I think I'm going to agree with you everywhere except that Cowboy game, man. I'm going to roll with the Cowboys. I don't know.
If the Cowboys win, good for them. If the Rams win, good for them. But I just don't see. I think it's the Rams' time. Personally, I think it's their time. The only team I could see stopping the Rams are the Saints, who pretty much was one of the only teams I could stop them this season. But like as far as really stop them. So we'll see.
We almost got them, man.
Got any evidence about that case?
Almost don't count, man. I understand.
You got any evidence to support that? Like I said, we on the Sports Court podcast, bro. So I'm gonna need evidence. We need exhibits. If we don't have exhibits, then
arrest my case.
For example, the Raiders is whack. You know what I'm saying? We
have evidence. We have evidence.
What's your evidence to support that? I mean, a record.
Hey, would you just bring up earlier? What was your famous Bill Parcells quote? You are what your record says you are. Amen.
It is.
Rest my case.
It is what it is. But all in all, man, we got something for y'all next season. Oh, we lost to the Timberwolves today.
Dubbed.
Come on, Lakers.
Dubbed. Lost bad.
LeBron ain't even back yet, but. I mean, so with that being said, we'll see what these NFL playoffs, what kind of fruits they bear for us next week. But moving on, NBA news. I personally, I really only really big thing is the day they fired Thibodeau. That's really the biggest thing. LeBron is still out. Lakers really ain't been playing up to the expectations that I guess we looked at the team we were last year when we didn't have LeBron.
Trade bait looking bad. Brandon Ingram ain't looking tradable.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. LeBron, you need to come back. You spending all these millions of dollars on your body. What's good? You need to fire that man. He's supposed to have you back. He's supposed to have you back, real quick.
Hey man. They don't pop back into place so fast when you get older. Take a little time. They ain't in no rush, man.
So, from your perspective, are there any signs of the Lakers not making the playoffs this season?
I mean the West races, 3 games. 3 games. Between I think the 4th and the 8th seed, or 4th and the 10th seed, or something like that.
Yeah, we about to get the evidence,
It's a real tight race.
We rely on evidence here, so we pulling it up right now.
It's a real tight race. So as long as they get LeBron back, he gonna have to eventually just really take over though and stop playing, which I feel like he will. But
so right now the Lakers are sitting in 8th spot. They 21-19. The best team in the West is the Denver Nuggets. They currently 26-11. But as of right now, if we go to the playoffs and LeBron is healthy, I'll take this only because we will be in the bracket opposite of Golden State. And I'd rather see Golden State in the Western Conference Finals than the second round or the first round.
Don't run from the giant, man.
We're not running from. We want to give the people what they want to see. Who doesn't want to see the Lakers go up against the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals this season?
Nobody.
Everybody.
No, maybe next year.
That's the ticket, bro.
All right.
Come on. What matchup will be better than that this season?
Yeah, have you been watching James Harden this season?
James, the one who always goes down in the playoffs, along with Chris Paul. That's the evidence I'm bringing to exhibit. That's my exhibit A. We already know what they performance is like.
If that's the case, we know LeBron 1-3. Like, we know what LeBron performance is too. So why do we want to see that again? Do we really want to see him again?
But this is a new situation.
Come on, man.
This is a new situation.
Come on, man. LeBron came to the West just so he can kill. I mean, that finals record wouldn't have to take too many more hits, bro. If I'm going to lose in the West. I mean, it is what it is.
That's why I'm saying the matchup is the Lakers versus Golden State.
But we all know what's going to happen, bro.
We don't know.
All right.
The Lakers beat them on Christmas without LeBron.
Who you got for MVP right now, man?
The MVP, Kyle Kuzma.
Are you being serious?
MVP right now. I'm Paul George is looking real nice over there in Oklahoma. If I'm being honest. MVP. Russ is not playing as well as he usually has been. Paul George is. I mean, the number 2 team in the West right now. Thank you, Paul George.
He said Paul George.
Thank you, Paul George.
Wow. I don't know about the Paul George, but I respect that.
Or maybe Murray from Denver, or Jokic. Jokic. That's how you pronounce it.
Jokic.
Yeah. The J is really a Y.
Jokic.
So yeah, one of them. But yeah, Paul George. He's been playing MVPs football, basketball lately.
No James.
He didn't have like 30-something points. He didn't even have like 35 plus.
So no James.
Man,
no
James,
Steph.
James is a big
no
disappointment.
AD.
Bro.
No LeBron. James Harden is a disappointment.
I mean, we've already seen this picture, have we not? Huh? We've already seen this picture before.
I mean, but I'm not judging people by losing to the Warriors.
I'm more so talking about his individual effort. I mean, whether it's because right now he's using so much energy to win.
He got to. Eric Gordon down, Chris Paul down. I mean, he ain't putting up 40 a night for nothing.
But the story with him the last few seasons is because of all these injuries, he got to go hard. So come playoffs, he's too tired. If they can get out of the first round, by the second round, he's done.
Come on, man. Houston need to hire some better strength and conditioning coaches, man. Paying these people a lot of money, man, to get this man in shape. Keep this man in shape. Do something. They gotta figure this out. There's a lot of money circulating. They can't get my man in shape. He's gonna train with some boxers or something.
All right, bro. Here's a complaint I do have with the NBA. We got to do something about these playoff seedings because as of right now, if we go to the playoffs, in the East, we're going to have basically 3 teams is barely, below 500. Whereas in the West, we got the first 9 teams that's above 500. You could basically say the first 10. So that basically means that it's at least two teams in the West that should be making the playoffs that can't just because of their division. Whereas we got at least 3 teams in the East that's go make the playoffs but are below 500. So that already tells you that they're whack. So if you could have it your way, if you would, how would you restructure the playoff seeding situation?
I think you had to restructure first the way the games are played, like the format first.
In regards to what?
Like two home games, 2 away games.
That.
I think you should go back to like a 2-3-2, and just make it a the best teams. You know what I mean? Kill the conferences. Make it just a tournament instead of the playoffs. And it's the only way to be fair to put in all the worthy teams. Because I feel like at the end of the day, just because these Eastern teams are in the playoffs, we know they're not going to win anyway. So, like, what are we doing? Why are we kidding ourselves? Like, let's give the best teams a shot, bro. But it's always like that. It's always a team in the West that get left out that's way better than these Eastern Conference teams. But it is what it is, man. Go both ways. I don't think it's really a way to fix it at the end of the day. It's like that for a reason. You know what I mean? They tried freaking the All-Star game, making that better for us. Mixing that up a little bit. That was getting lopsided. So, they trying, they doing their efforts, they giving their best, but I don't see too many ways we could change that, man. It is what it is.
Well, on that note, we'll go ahead and shut it on down. But coming up, we got some good basketball on our hands. We pretty much maybe at least a month out from All-Star break in the NBA, and and the trade deadline is coming up. So we know there's gonna be some magic coming up right there. NFL playoffs, Super Bowl coming up next month. Right now, we're going to the Divisional Round, the second round of the playoffs. We got our matchups, we got our predictions. The only difference between the two of us, he thinks the Cowboys are gonna overcome the Rams unit. We shall see. I think McBase just got more popping than the boy Jason Garrett.
We shall see.
We shall see. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you guys tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a stranger about us. We look forward to chopping it up with some sports. As always, we look forward to hearing from you. Tune in next week. Next time we release these next episodes. Sports Court Podcast. We out, y'all. Peace.
West side.